Hello, drama lovers. It's us again, your devoted crew from the TV channel Days Drama Digest, the one-stop destination where the lines between real life and real life blur into an unforgettable spectacle of emotion, triumph, and sheer human resilience. Today, we dive headfirst into a story that's not scripted in the writer's room of Salem, but etched in the raw, unfiltered pages of real-life heroism. We're talking about the indomitable Cassie Wesley DePaiva, the actress who brought the fiery, scheming Eve Donovan to life on the iconic soap opera Days of Our Lives. For decades, she's captivated audiences with her on-screen villainy and vulnerability, but nothing could prepare her or us for the real-life villain that struck not once, but twice, the merciless grip of cancer. Picture this. A woman who has spent her career navigating the treacherous twists of love, betrayal, and redemption in the fictional town of Salem, suddenly thrust into a plot twist far more sinister than any daytime drama could conjure. Cassie didn't just face cancer, she conquered it in a double-header that would break lesser souls. Acute myeloid leukemia, AML, in 2016, followed by breast cancer just a year later. Two deadly foes, two grueling wars, and one warrior emerging victorious, scarred but unbreakable. This isn't just a health update, it's a saga of courage that echoes the dramatic intensity of Days of Our Lives itself, but with stakes that are life or death real. Buckle up, because we're about to unfold this epic tale in all its heart-wrenching, inspiring detail. By the end, you'll see why Cassie Wesley DePaiva isn't just an actress. She's a beacon of hope, a testament to the human spirit's refusal to yield. #, the rise of a soap icon, Cassie's journey to Salem. To truly appreciate the magnitude of Cassie's battles, we must first rewind the tape to her origins in the glittering, high-stakes world of daytime television. Born Blair Cassie Wesley on March 21, 1961, in Morganfield, Kentucky, Cassie grew up far from the bright lights of Hollywood. She was a small-town girl with big dreams, honing her talents in music and performance from a young age. Her entry into the soap world was nothing short of meteoric. In the 1980s, she landed the role of Chelsea Reardon on Guiding Light, a character that showcased her natural charisma and emotional depth. But it was her portrayal of Eve Donovan on Days of Our Lives that cemented her as a daytime legend. Eve Donovan, oh, what a character. Introduced in 1986 and portrayed by Cassie from 2014 onward, with earlier stints by other actresses, Eve was the ultimate anti-heroine, a troubled singer with a penchant for schemes, heartbreak, and redemption arcs that kept viewers glued to their screens. From her tumultuous relationships with characters like Shane Donovan and Paige Larson to her battles with addiction and loss, Eve embodied the chaotic heart of Salem. Cassie infused the role with a raw authenticity, drawing from her own life experiences to make Eve's pain palpable. Fans adored her for it. Eve wasn't just a villain. She was relatable, flawed, and fiercely resilient. Off-screen, Cassie's life mirrored some of that drama, but with a foundation of love and stability. Married to fellow actor James DePaiva, known for One Life to Live, since 1996, the couple welcomed their son, James Quinton DePaiva, in 1997. Cassie balanced motherhood, a thriving career, and even a brief foray into country music with her album No Regrets in 2001. Life seemed like a well-scripted happy ending. But in the summer of 2016, the script flipped into nightmare territory. #, the first strike, acute myeloid leukemia, a blood-curdling diagnosis. It was August 2016 when the world learned the devastating news. Cassie Wesley DePaiva, then 55, went public with a diagnosis that sent shockwaves through the soap community and beyond: acute myeloid leukemia, AML. For those unfamiliar with this beast, AML isn't your garden variety cancer. It's a ruthless aggressor that attacks the blood and bone marrow, the very factory where your body produces life-sustaining blood cells. It strikes fast, often without warning, turning healthy cells into malignant ones that crowd out the good guys. Symptoms? Brutal fatigue, unexplained bruising, frequent infections, and a bone-deep exhaustion that no amount of coffee can fix. How did it start for Cassie? The details she shared paint a picture of subtle warnings escalating into terror. She had been feeling unusually tired during her time filming Days of Our Lives in Burbank, California. At first, she chalked it up to the grueling schedule of a soap star, endless lines, emotional scenes, and the physical toll of portraying Eve's high-drama life. But then came the fevers, the night sweats, and a persistent weakness that made even simple tasks feel Herculean. A routine checkup turned into a life-altering moment when blood tests revealed the truth. Her white blood cell count was through the roof, but not in a good way. AML had invaded. Going public wasn't easy. In a heartfelt blog post on her website and interviews with outlets like People magazine, Cassie revealed the diagnosis with a mix of vulnerability and defiance. "I have recently been diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia," she wrote. "I am so grateful for the outpouring of love and support." Imagine the scene. A woman who spends her days pretending to battle fictional demons now facing a real one that could end everything. Her husband James was by her side, their son offering unwavering support, but the fear was palpable. AML has a 5-year survival rate hovering around 30% for adults over 50, statistics that would terrify anyone. Treatment began immediately, a gauntlet of chemotherapy that Cassie described as hellish. Hospital stays stretched into weeks, then months. Chemo drugs like cytarabine and daunorubicin pumped through her veins, designed to obliterate the cancer cells, but taking healthy ones down with them. Side effects? Nausea that left her doubled over, hair loss that stripped away a piece of her identity, and an immune system so compromised that a simple cold could be fatal. She isolated in sterile rooms, missing birthdays, holidays, and the simple joy of hugging her family without masks and gowns. Yet, amid the darkness, Cassie's warrior spirit shone. She leaned on her Days of Our Lives family, co-stars like Deidre Hall, Marlena, and Christian Alfonso, Hope, sent flowers, cards, and prayers. Fans flooded social media with #CassieStrong hashtags. Cassie documented her journey openly, posting updates that mixed humor with honesty. "Chemo brain is real," she'd quip, even as she battled cognitive fog. By early 2017, after intensive rounds of treatment and a bone marrow biopsy that felt like invading her very core, the news came: remission. The cancer was gone. Cassie rang the victory bell at the hospital, tears streaming down her face. She returned to Days of Our Lives part-time, her portrayal of Eve now infused with an unspoken depth born of survival. #A cruel encore. Breast cancer strikes just 1 year later. Just when Cassie thought the storm had passed, fate delivered a plot twist crueler than any soap writer could dream up. It was the summer of 2017, barely a year after beating AML, when routine self-examination revealed the unthinkable: 2 lumps under her arm. Breast cancer. The word alone evokes dread, images of mastectomies, radiation burns, and the fear of recurrence. For Cassie, already a cancer survivor, this was a betrayal by her own body. How could lightning strike twice in such a short span? The diagnosis came after a mammogram and biopsy confirmed invasive ductal carcinoma. The lumps were in her lymph nodes, a sign that the cancer might be spreading. Panic set in. "I was in shock," Cassie later shared in interviews. "After everything with leukemia, I thought, not again." Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women, but for Cassie, the timing amplified the horror. Her AML treatments had weakened her system. Could she endure another war? Doctors acted swiftly. Cassie opted for a lumpectomy, a surgical procedure to remove the tumors while preserving as much breast tissue as possible. The operation was a nail-biter. Surgeons excised the lumps and surrounding lymph nodes, sending samples for immediate pathology. Cassie awoke in recovery, bandages wrapping her chest like a badge of battle, praying for clean margins. Follow-up tests brought relief. The cancer was localized, no metastasis, and all surrounding tissue was clear. No need for full mastectomy or aggressive chemo this time. Radiation followed, a daily ritual of zapping residual cells, leaving her skin raw and her energy drained. Hormone therapy rounded out the regimen, pills to block estrogen that could fuel recurrence. The emotional toll was immense. Cassie grappled with body image, scars where beauty once reigned unchallenged. Nightmares of AML returning haunted her. But support poured in like a tidal wave. Her husband James became her rock, cooking meals, holding her through sobs. Son JQ, now a young adult, stepped up with quiet strength. The day's cast organized fundraisers. Fans sent care packages filled with wigs, lotions, and inspirational notes. Cassie channeled her pain into advocacy, speaking at cancer awareness events and urging women to self-examine. Early detection saved me twice, she emphasized. #, the warrior's mindset, openness, gratitude, and unyielding strength. What makes Cassie's story so dramatically compelling isn't just the medical battles, it's her response. From day one, she chose transparency over silence. In a world where celebrities often hide illnesses behind PR spin, Cassie bared her soul. Blog posts detailed chemo side effects. Instagram shared bald-headed selfies with captions like, "Still smiling through the storm." This openness built a community. Fans shared their stories, creating a virtual support network that rivaled Salem's intertwined families. Gratitude became her mantra. "My family, my friends, my fans, they carried me," she told Soap Opera Digest. James's unwavering presence mirrored the devoted husbands of soap lore. Co-stars visited hospitals, turning sterile rooms into laughter-filled havens. Even producers adjusted filming schedules, allowing Cassie to rest without losing her role. Psychologically, Cassie drew from her acting toolkit. "Eve has been through hell and back," she said. "I channeled that resilience." Therapy helped process trauma. Meditation combated anxiety. She emerged not bitter, but empowered, advocating for AML research via the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and breast cancer screenings through Susan G. Komen. #, triumph and legacy. Cured, but forever changed. Today, Cassie Wesley DePaiva stands cured. Regular checkups confirm no recurrence. She's back on Days of Our Lives. Eve's storylines now laced with subtle nods to real-life strength. At 64, she's a grandmother, a musician, and an inspiration. Her double victory defies odds. AML survivors facing secondary cancers like breast often fare worse, yet Cassie beat both. This saga teaches profound lessons. Cancer doesn't discriminate, striking stars and everyday folks alike. But with early detection, advanced treatments, and unbreakable will, survival is possible. Cassie's journey dramatizes life's fragility and fortitude, much like the soaps she loves. To our Days Drama Digest family, hug your loved ones. Get screened. Support survivors. Cassie, you're our real-life heroine. Thank you for sharing your story. It's the ultimate drama with the happiest ending.